Good morning, Espa. We're here with our March battles for the Relic. We've got Travis versus Cliff. Travis looks like he's playing Lava Elves with his entourage of Death Armies, and Cliff is playing an entourage of Dragon Slayers with all carrying relics. Let's see how this goes. We'll get started with our Horde rolls.
Yep, which counts as a maneuver, so the relic does not function. So I got a huge 0.
I got 3, more than 0. Um, let's see. I'm going to not care about the frontier. I will choose to go first.
Very good choice. Then we will do my terrain. I will take yours and throw it off to the left.
Off it goes.
At least my
Into the
left.
void. Right. So the initial terrain rolls. All right, my terrain starts at an 8. Let's reroll that.
Try.
One
Low
magic.
and low and
And
low.
this one, 2
Wow.
missile. Excellent.
And
Your
I'm
army
making
likes melee, and there's no melee here. I like this start.
Yeah. I'm going to put my people here, and I'm going to get my miners ready. Because I see them coming.
Yes, I'm going to think about... Okay. I think I'm going to start with... First March, bring in a Deadlands Null into my home army. So let's roll that. Double saves. That's not at all what I wanted, but can't hope for the world. So let's roll for magic.
You got death on the relic.
Perfect. Death on the relics. I can reroll some dead units. Let's go ahead with the medium and 2 small, since this is not a magic army and I want IDs. Actually, better yet, let's go with 4 smalls. Nothing. So that's 2, 4, 5, 6 magic. Some lava elf, some undead. Just to be safe, I'm going to cast an open grave on my horde army. Wait, do I have enough for that? 2, 3, I do not. That I have 4 undead magic, so I can't do that. Let's make it interesting. Let's try a soiled ground at your home terrain. I don't get to use it too often. It will. Second March. Let's bring in a Deadland Woods to the Horde. So let's roll that. Double maneuvers. I'll take it. I like it. I'm going to missile attack your home terrain. Realizing now, I probably should have done the soiled ground and the attack on your campaign army. Oh wait, no. I do want the lava elf ability, so yes, I do want your home army. So let's missile attack. And let's see, for my lava elf species ability, basically some of my missile attacks cannot be saved against. The Deadlands counts for 36.4s as having 2 dead units, and 2 Deadlands, that's 4 dead units. So basically up to 4 of my missiles are undefendable against, except save results generated by spells. And I have 4 Lava Elf missile and 2 other missile.
After the save roll, though. Right, yep. It's not like a smite where it's before.
Right. Get the full save roll and then the damage.
So that was, what did we decide? It's 4 and 6?
It's 6 total, 4 of it's Lava Elf.
Okay. All right, so I will roll. Ching. Oh, fun. So so I got 2 IDs here, so that is useful. I don't know that I necessarily want to hurt them. And then I have 4 points of Earth. But I only brought 1 common Dragonkin.
But it can't bring in Dragonkin.
So that'd be interesting. Yes, you're right, because that's recruiting.
Right. So the Elemental Relic lets you recruit,
So elemental
promote, or
relic.
reroll.
Yep. No promotions, no recruition. I'm just trying to decide, is it worth trying to reroll? This is a save roll, so sneak attack would not work. Counter wouldn't give me anything extra, so I think this is the best roll that I could have gotten.
I agree.
Which is going to give me 8 saves, so 1 dies, and then the bullets. And the other damage is all saved.
Excellent. And then thanks to my soiled ground, I believe he's buried.
Yes.
He must make a save roll. If he does not save, then he's buried.
All right, then we will roll. And I believe the logo still counts as individual save.
I
Yes.
think you are correct.
All right, good. I have too many rule versions in my brain, so we'll put him in the dead. Not that I have any way to bring him back.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was your second march?
Yep, that's my second march. Reserves. Everybody's happy where they are. Nobody will go to reserves.
All right. Well, let's see. To make this interesting, we will start at the Horde, and I will bring in Village, because I am definitely not casting magic. Roll that Village. Double maneuvers. So I guess I will be casting magic.
Oh,
All right,
ouch.
so I like that.
I do not.
And you know what? I'm actually going to, since the relic matches the white die, I will re-roll this one. Oh, no hope for
There.
double sneak attacks, but this one, beep, he sneaks across and stabs you in the back for 4.
Alright, 4 damage. No save possible. So let's... Oh, I only have 1 undead there. Right, 4 commons. 4 small units will die. Ouch.
All right. Then there was no other magic, so let's see what to do. Do not like the terrains all being this low.
I love it.
I know you do. All right, let's go ahead and at my home, I'll bring in a miner. We'll just make this a quick short game. And hey, we got melee. Melee would allow you to attack back, but that's okay for me. So I will take a melee action. Roll those 2. And I did get a death. Am I happy with the counter? I am going to choose to re-roll him. And I got counter
Go
again. He
counter.
just really wants to counter.
Alright, let's save against that 4 melee results. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got my saves. Let's, do I want to counterattack even though you have the possibility of a counter?
You know you do because of the soiled ground.
I know I do, but I'd rather missile attack you, so
Well,
I'm gonna pass on counterattacking.
probably good. I was just trying to talk you into
Quit taunting me.
it. Quit taunting you. Okay. Reserve-wise, don't see anything that's going to be happening here, so I'm actually going to retreat.
Now, if I can
All
only
right,
get
over to you.
32 black magic, I can Finger of Death both of those guys.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Alright, start of my turn. Ooh, look at that. I've got some Swamp Stalkers in play, and Swamp Stalker's dead, so I can target 2 units in reserves. Let's target both of your Slayers to get a save roll while I try to mutate.
Right. 2 whole units. Unit based, not health based. Oh no, that's not
Woohoo!
saves.
That's when I like to see sneak attack.
Yeah, that's what I wanted earlier. Well, that's going to make this a short game.
Well, that was a lucky roll. Especially, they're
That
pretty
was
good
a
at saving.
very.
So I have
They
to.
are.
So that lets me get 8 points of Swamp Stalkers back. I only have 1 to bring back. Oh yeah, and Soiled Ground expires. And we've both forgotten this. I'm going to use my Elder species ability for Dragonkin Handlers to bring in a red or green Dragonkin. Let's bring in a green Dragonkin. And let's see, first march. We'll start by
So
rolling.
quick. Yeah, you said you had 1 unit.
Yeah, I've got 1.
So I was just right. No, sorry, you had 1 dead swamp stalker.
Yes.
It's the number of units that may be targeted is equal to the number of swamp stalker units in the DOA up
And
to a maximum of coffin.
yeah, maximum of 1
So
coffin.
could you right, but you only had 1 dead swamp stalker.
But the Deadlands counts as 1 coffin worth of dead units.
Yes, right.
So
So that changes your maximum. It doesn't change the number of swamp stalker units in your DOA.
it counts as 1 coffin worth of dead units. It doesn't change my maximum. It counts
No.
as having
So
dead units that are not
right.
dead.
So I don't have. Let me. Sorry. How do I quickly find swamp stalkers in here? As with the way we're sharing, I can't just throw this rulebook over on the screen. See if this has the same. Oh no, I lost it. Swamp stalkers. So if I can't believe I'm using Tabletopia to screen share.
You must have at least 1 Swamp Stalker unit in your DUA or a Deadlands Miter terrain in play.
Right. And it's the bolded part at the bottom is what I'm questioning.
So the number of units that may be targeted in this way is equal to the number of Swamp Stalker units in the Swamp Stalker's DUA up to a maximum of 1 grave.
Right. Well, right.
And
And the Deadlands, it counts as a grave, right? Or is
yes.
that
So it counts as a grave. Basically, it increases the number of pretend dead units in your dead unit area.
right? And so, like for example, you had non-swamp stalker dead units in your dead unit area. So I'm challenging that the Deadlands specifically counts as a swamp stalker.
So
It says see page 21. What's on page 21?
um, page 21 explains what the grave icon is. Page 58 explains what the Deadlands is. Um, so in addition to
Okay,
other minor
it's
terrain
15.
rules, each Deadlands black minor terrain player controls counts as grave units of any species in their DUA for use with special abilities. So in a 24-point game, a Deadlands counts as 1 unit.
Uh,
In a 25 to 48-point game, it counts as 2, and so on.
Alright, that's interesting. Okay, sorry. So it's the of any species who's buried on page 58. Okay. That was the key point that I was missing.
Yes. And
Okay, well, that's good. That was a good exercise.
that's definitely something I've been abusing this last year is 1 point of Swamp Stalker and 1 Deadlands for full Swamp Stalker abilities.
Right. Well, not just, yeah, the Deadlands, it equally supports all the black races,
It does.
all the death races.
But Swamp Stalkers and Goblins are the ones that don't need more than 1 unit in play to get a lot of value out of it.
All right. Okay. Thank you for that little detour there.
Sure. All right, so next thing I did was Dragonkin Handlers to bring in a Dragonkin. I don't think I've rolled my Miner yet. Have I rolled my Miner?
I do not believe you did.
Okay, so we'll start by rolling the Miner.
Oh, no.
Double saves. I will attempt to maneuver the terrain.
Okay. I will let you because, well, no, because going up goes into missile, doesn't it? That
Magic.
would just kill me
First
faster.
3 are magic, and then 4 is missile.
First 3. All right, then I don't care. Go ahead and turn it.
Or magic. All right, I will of
See,
course
this is
keep.
where I don't. This is where I don't like the digital version because I can't just reach out and rotate the die to see what the two faces.
And they're not in order if you try to look at it. Roll for magic. Let's see, I get to re-roll air, but I don't have any air, so the Elemental Relic doesn't do me any good. 2, 4, 5, magic. I think I know what I want to cast with that. Let's pull out for 5 Lava Elf magic, Necromantic Wave, targeting my Horde army. So this lets me count my magic as missile or melee. And you can probably guess my second march is going to be my Horde army. I'm going to skip my maneuver to keep my Miner on double maneuvers, and I will missile attack your home army.
Okay.
Bullseye. So Bullseye will hit first, targeting your Elderum.
Which is a individual. And he saved.
Saves. Bullseye re-rolls.
Yes, I know. I'm looking at that. In an individual save, those Dragon Slayers are 4 out of 6. So that's only 1 out of 3 to not save. So for both of those, that's a 1 out of 9 roll. I cannot believe I lost a third of my army on 1 out of 9.
Yeah, that was an incredible roll. So talk about overkill. Lots and lots of 7, 8, 9, Lava Elf, 10, 11, and Magic 12, 13, 14 missile coming in. 4 of it which is only savable by magic.
Okay, but I still get to roll.
Yep.
And Smite does me no good, but the Relic will let me re-roll. Counter, but still no good.
4 saves, 10 damage left.
All right, but I believe some of those were cursed, right?
Yes.
So they were unsavable.
Yep.
We'll move them over there, and then controlled, the Miner goes with them.
All right, we will do some reserves now. You'll need to keep so many units over here. Leave my Swamp Stalkers and 1 Elderum Acolyte to defend your terrain.
Okay.
All right, your turn.
All right, yes, I know. What you call an incredible roll, I call unbelievable. Okay, well, I am not happy with the double maneuvers here, so I will re-roll it. Or rather, as I take my march, it rolls. And it comes up melee. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip straight to that melee attack.
Sounds good.
So let me roll those. Don't roll yet.
I'm just turning my face icons in case you get like
Okay,
smite or something.
all right. Well, I could not have gotten a more unbelievable roll. I get to re-roll one of them, but that is the only problem with the Dragon Slayer. Its logo face has limited uses. So I guess it doesn't really matter which one I re-roll. Hey, there's a smite.
Uh-oh. I'm kind of low on units over here. Let's see. Let's take the 2 medium missile units for the 4 damage. And then that's 0 missile incoming, so I don't even get... Oh wait, this is melee.
Nope.
0 melee
It's
incoming,
melee.
so I don't get a roll. I can counterattack, but you've got counters and rerolls. So, I'm passing on the counterattack. I know better.
All right. Okay, well, I am... I don't really have any reason to go to reserves right now, as long as there's someone here to attack, but I suspect we're going to be playing cat and mouse for a moment. So I will leave my units here. Over to you.
No Swamp Sucker ability because you've got nothing in reserves. Dragonkin Handlers with my Elder Acolyte at my Horde will bring in a blue Dragonkin matching the terrain.
Oh, that's what I forgot to do.
Of course, Necromantic Wave.
Yep, I forgot to use my Dragon Handler's ability.
I keep remembering it late.
Right, I don't think it would have made a huge difference.
Let's see. First March. These terrains are so low, I don't think I'm going to win by getting 8 faces, so I'm going to cast Magic from Home for recovery. Let's see. And the Undead get Bone Magic, even in reserves, I believe. Let's double check that. So Bone Magic, when an army containing Undead takes a magic action, each Undead unit that rolls at least 1 non-ID magic adds 1 additional magic result, limited by DOA units. So this 2 becomes 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that +1 doesn't really do me any good. I will revive 3 health of units. Let's bring in 3 health of archers. And the 2 magic will fizzle. Second march. Let's roll my minor missile. I don't think there's any risk for me attacking you, so I will try and missile attack your army. Bullseye! And the death color. So bullseye, I will shoot one of your slayers.
Okay. That is a save.
And I'll re-roll that. So ID, which will be 3. I get to re-roll 4 points of black. Let's re-roll both of them. We'll make that 5. 5 missile.
All right, saving against 5. I got some saves, and since I had forgotten my Dragon Handler, I can't use that, which is a shame. So I'll re-roll for something that I don't need anyway. Plenty of saves.
Plenty of saves. All right, let's reinforce. to my home. Um, and I'm good. You're up.
All
Don't forget
right.
your dragon
Um,
handlers.
yes, I know. We just talked about that, didn't we? Thank you. Red or green? We'll just go ahead and pull in. We'll recruit the red. Yes, because see, think about, well, I didn't bring any bigger units, but I could have had a couple Dragonkin here. All right, so Dragonkin Handler, we will finally remember it here at the 11th hour. I will forgo my maneuver to keep the melee, and I will roll to attack that mess.
Okay.
See if we can get this over with. All right, and I did get a logo there. I don't have any larger red dragonkin, so
I think,
we'll
is that a
re-roll.
2-pointer dragonkin? No, that's a 1-pointer.
Yeah,
Right.
that's another 1-pointer. And it's, well, I mean, I got the any color, so dragonkin can promote across colors, but I think I'd rather re-roll one of these, hope for a smite. They just really want to melee. So 8 damage to you.
All right. Let's see if I can save against 8 damage. Lots of missile. Not many saves. Let's see. I do have green with Swamp Sucker, so my maneuvers count as saves. Let's see, and I can re-roll water, green, or promote. I've been looking. Let's see, I have that right? That's the water, green.
Yes, that's water.
Okay. Um, yeah, I don't have any options, so I'm going to use that to promote my 1-point Dragonkin 3 points to a 4-point Dragonkin champion. And I'm going to turn it off the face just so I don't think I rolled a save. 1 point is not going to re-roll anything or recruit or promote anything. So then for saves, I've got 1, 2, 2 saves against 8 damage. So I take 6 damage. Let's see, let's do. I don't need magic so much. Let's get 2 undead. Um, lose this. Yeah, we'll lose the Swamp Stalker for a 3rd point. Um, let's get 3 more small guys. So there's 6 points of damage. And
Okay.
I've got a champion now, so I'll go ahead and counterattack. I'll take the risk
All right.
and roll a belly.
Oh, belly.
So I get to re-roll red. So I will re-roll some of my. Ooh, or I could bring back the dead. Um, I'm gonna re-roll these 3. I think this is a medium and 2 smalls. Let me check that.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's,
medium and 2
yep.
smalls. So re-roll them for 1 more result. All right. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not
All right.
as bad.
All right. And saving against 7. Oh, goodness. I just cannot help but roll the faces that don't help me. All right. Wow. So 7 damage. That is going to have to, 5 is the most that I can take of that. I have not seen more logos when I don't need them. All right.
All right.
So that was my melee attack. I may as well stay here
All right.
and let you finish me off.
Start of my turn. Nothing to do at the start of my turn. Um, skip maneuver to keep missile, and I will missile attack. Get to reroll red. So let's reroll the big and the small. Lots of missile. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 missile. Can you save?
11 missile. Well, you know what? I'm definitely going to go through the motions. Hey, there's a counter. Doesn't work for missile. Can't recruit. We'll just go ahead and re-roll it because we can. And he still loves that counter. And we'll move him. The relic stands alone. No, we'll move him too. We'll throw him off the edge.
But the lava elves are going to come to collect the relic. Where'd it go?
No, I'm going to take all of my dice. Toss them off the edge of the table. That's the best I can get to flipping the table.
And that's the one good part about Tabletopia. You can toss your dice, and the game will clean up for you.
Yes. In fact, you know what? Here, I can clip the table. I'm going to take all of these and drop them all over your mess. There we go. Well, that was a good game. Definitely a couple mistakes or forgetfulness on my part. Could have had a couple more Dragonkin in play there, but ultimately, I think just bad rolls killed me there.
Yeah, that mutate was incredibly lucky, and then, yeah, not getting the right rolls when you needed them.
Right, but you know what? That's the danger. But I wanted to show that yes, while the relic with a Dragon Slayer, it always matches. So it's 100% that you're going to get to do something. Even the rerolls, sometimes they go against you. So it is definitely not unbeatable.
That's right. And
All
I was
right.
thinking if you're trying to pair a Slayer with a Relic to get a free reroll, why not just bring 2 Slayers?
Yes,
2 rolls is more than 1.
that is true. I'm going to go ahead and just make a mess of the table here.
Oh, now I gotta clean this up. Man.
Yes. Dang it. All right. Well, thank you very much, Travis.
All right. Thank you for the game.
Yeah, thank you.